settles in, a silence you had never truly heard before. It's not just the absence of noise, it's the absence of a presence. Your gaze sweeps across the room, searching for a familiar movement, a shadow that follows you, that affectionate satellite that orbited your existence. And in its place, there is only emptiness. In a split second, a truth hits you, more visceral than any word. You didn't lose something, you lost someone. Someone who absorbed your joys and sorrows. Someone who asked for nothing but for you to be there. Someone who didn't just live with you, but within you. And their departure feels like an amputation of the soul, performed without anesthesia. I want to warn you, what we are about to discuss is emotionally charged. Tears might come, the weight of the pain might be felt again, but every word that follows is meant to help you understand what is happening inside you and why your grief is so legitimate. Because when the suffering is this intense, the only thing that soothes, at first, is understanding. For years, sometimes decades, you shared your space, your rituals, your mornings and your nights with a being who depended entirely on you. A being whose trust was absolute. They greeted you at the door, watched you cross the living room, waited for you to wake up. They were the silent metronome of your days, the constant presence when everything else seemed uncertain. They were there in moments of doubt, of loneliness, when the outside world felt hostile. Psychology sheds light on the power of this bond. Losing a pet activates the same neural circuits in our brain as the end of a close human relationship, but the reaction is often stronger because the bond with an animal is different. An animal doesn't judge you. It doesn't pull away after a conflict. It never makes you doubt your importance in its eyes. To them, every day, you were all that mattered. This creates a form of attachment that is pure, stable, and deep, reinforced by the repetition of daily gestures, the very same gestures whose absence now tear you apart. From this love, a devastating feeling often arises: guilt. It seeps into almost every story, no matter the circumstances. Even those who did everything perfectly feel it. You repeat to yourself in a loop: I should have seen the signs. I should have spent more time with them. I hope they weren't scared. These thoughts are not a reflection of your failures, but proof of the depth of your love. Your mind is trying to keep the connection alive by replaying the scenario, searching for an alternative ending that doesn't exist. But here's a truth you need to hear. Your companion did not experience their final moments with a human perspective. They did not analyze your decisions. They did not think in terms of, you ended something. They thought in terms of, you were with me. They did not remember the small mistakes you blame yourself for. They remembered the life you gave them, a life where they were wanted, a life where they belonged, a life where they had a person. And for an animal, that represents eternity. Many wonder if their pet knew how much they were loved. The answer is yes. An animal recognizes the consistency of care. It recognizes a gentle hand. It recognizes the voice that comforts it. It recognizes the person who was always there for them. Your presence was the only proof they needed. If the departure was sudden, the shock can be paralyzing. 1 minute, life was following its course. The next, the universe has shifted. This abrupt loss often leads to confusion, a sense of unreality. Your emotional system is out of sync with the event. It needs time to understand. And if you had to make the decision of euthanasia, you are carrying an immense emotional burden. It's a choice you made because you loved your companion more than you desired to keep them with you. You ended their suffering. This is not an act of betrayal, but the ultimate act of protection. This brings us to an even deeper question. Why does the house feel so empty? Why is the silence so deafening? Your companion sculpted your days in 1,000 invisible ways. You got up because they were hungry. You went out because they needed to. You spoke to them with a tenderness you reserved for no one else. Your mind built a mental architecture around their presence. Now that that structure is gone, the day has lost its meaning, its shape. That is why everything reminds you of them. Your brain learned to anticipate their presence, and now it seeks to fill an absence that has become palpable. Seeing a shadow from the corner of your eye or hearing a phantom sound is not a sign of madness. It's your brain trying to adjust to this new reality. Another reason for this intense pain is what researchers call role loss. Your pet was not just a companion, they gave you a role. Caregiver, protector, confidant. When they disappear, that role disappears with them, taking a part of your identity. You can feel lost, thinking, I don't know who I am without them. You didn't just lose a pet, you lost a daily purpose. In the midst of this chaos, a fear may arise. Will this pain ever subside? Will I ever be able to talk about them without breaking down? The answer is yes, but not by forgetting, not by pretending. Healing does not mean letting go of the memory. It means learning to carry that memory without it crushing you. It allows the love to remain, while the pain slowly loses its intensity. Your connection does not end, it transforms. Instead of being a routine, it becomes a part of your story. And with time, instead of creating sorrow, it will begin to generate a gentle warmth. Some fear that healing is a form of betrayal. It is not. If your companion could see you, they would not want you to be a prisoner of guilt. They would want you to be okay. They would want you to keep going. The most beautiful tribute you can pay them is to take care of yourself. If you feel lost today, it is because this loss has struck the very core of your emotional life. But the fact that you are listening to this, that you are seeking to understand, means that you are already moving forward. Slowly but surely, you are allowed to cry. You are allowed to miss them months or years later. A part of you has changed forever, and that is normal. Before we conclude, there is one last thing to understand. You will love again if you choose to, not because your companion is replaceable, for they are not, but because their presence taught you how to love more deeply. And that ability does not disappear. It remains in your heart. The pain you feel is the inverse of the love you gave. A bond so strong does not fade. It becomes a part of you. And even though today feels heavy, a day will come when the memory brings more smiles than tears. A day when you can say their name and feel gratitude instead of brokenness. Love like that does not vanish. It stays. It shapes you. It remains a part of who you are.